So I'm in Perry, Florida, which is a top 10 most dangerous city in the state of Florida. Most recently ranked number 7th most dangerous. Florida is ranked the 29th most dangerous state. However, it stopped most of the cities in Florida stopped reporting crime after 2020. They stopped reporting crime to the FBI. So Florida being the 29th most dangerous state makes it look a lot safer than it probably really is, because if the cities just aren't reporting it, then nobody really knows how bad it is. And you can ask yourself why they stopped reporting, other than the fact that they just did because they just did. So this is a city that has a population around 7,400, and it's been rising just like pretty much every city in Florida. The population is rising. Everybody's moving down to Florida, so this one's no different than any of them. It's 56% white and 38% black, so kind of diverse. The average age is 38, and 25% of the people that live here are seniors, so it's kind of an older population. And like any city that has higher crime, the male-female ratio's off. And here it's 47% male to 53% female. And that's a common statistic that you find in cities that have higher crime. There's a 64% homeownership rate, which is 7% higher than the national average. It's very good. I consider anything over 50% to be good, because the more people that have a stake in a city, the more likely your crime is going to be lower and the city's going to be cleaner and better. So they got 64% homeownership rate, means there's not that many people renting. They probably don't have that many apartment buildings. And that should keep the crime down, but apparently it has not been. The average income here is about $38,000 a year, which is kind of typical of a city that's got higher crime. There's a 15% poverty rate, which is actually kind of low. I mean, it might not sound like a low number, but 15% for a city like this is pretty on the low side. There's a 37% marriage rate, which is also kind of on the low side. 64% of the people that live here were either born in Perry or were born in the state of Florida. They show 6% foreign born and 5% non-citizen. And of course, the non-citizen, the person has to admit on some kind of census that they're a non-citizen, so that number may or may not be accurate. So 2020 and pre-2020, the murder rates ranged. Is this guy just sitting here, or what is he doing? I think he's, oh, he must be texting or something, because he's not even looking at the road. So the murder rates range from 0 to 43. From 2016 to 2020, they were 0. They went up and down. And from in 2017 and in 2019, they had no homicides. So every other year, they had a year that they didn't report any homicides. But again, their population is only 7,400. So you get 2 or 3 homicides in a city that small, and your murder rate's going to jump really fast. The assault rates here are between the 800s and 1200s, which is really high. Baltimore is in the 900s. So their assault rates here. Okay, the GoPro cut out again. The thing's heating up. We were talking about the assault rates being between 800 and 1200, and Baltimore is around 900. It's in the lower mid 900s. So the assault rates here in this town are as high, if not higher, yearly than the city of Baltimore, which has a high assault rate. The city doesn't look too bad. Let's turn here, go up a little bit more of this main road before we venture into the houses. The theft rates are in the 2,500 range. Now that's per 100,000 people. All these statistics are per 100,000 people. That's pretty high, especially for a city of this size. And they're again one of the cities that they just stopped reporting. After 2020, they just stopped reporting. Okay, the GoPro just keeps cutting out. So we'll get through these stats so that we can finish this drive. They stopped reporting in 2020. They didn't report 2021 numbers, which was the year that everybody spiked up. They stopped reporting, and they haven't gone back to reporting since. So who knows if they will or not, but it's not a good sign when a city's already got bad crime and then they stop reporting on the year that everybody's crime spiked up. So it's probably way worse than what we're thinking it is. But we have no way to actually prove it because the city will not release their numbers to the FBI. So as far as the schools go here, the state of Florida graduates about 55% of their students proficient at reading and math. And here in Perry, they graduate about 40%. So they're graduating less than the Florida average and less than the U.S. average, which is 48%. That house needs a little work, but I don't think they got any hurricane damage through here, but maybe they did. Some of these houses either are just in bad repair or they got hurricane damage here and they haven't fixed the houses yet. But 74% of the people that live here completed the 8th grade, 73% graduated high school, and they show 13% have a bachelor's degree or higher. So less than 3 out of every 4 people that live here graduated high school. And if you don't have a population that at least has a high school education, I don't really care about college because you can do a lot without college, without a 4-year degree. But if you can't have a large portion of your population that never graduated high school, and the ones that do graduate, less than half are graduating at a 12th grade level for reading and math, the crime in your city is not going to get any better. Because you're looking at, 3 out of every 4 people that live here, and 4 out of every 10 of those that can actually read and write. So it's not a good sign for a city when it's already got bad crime that they're not teaching their kids anything in school. So the GoPro keeps cutting out. Yeah, some of these houses are pretty bad. I can't tell if these houses are just run down and bad or if it's that some hurricane damage came through here and kind of caused the winds or the rain or whatever caused problems here. It's hard to know which it is, but the city has seen better days. But I'm going to let this play out just for another minute because the GoPro just doesn't want to stay working right now. And I hope you like that drive through Perry, Florida. One of the top 10 most dangerous cities in the state of Florida.